Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is D.A. I'm going to hijack his movie. That's him all curled up and... Who am I? Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is D.A. If I told you who I really was, you would not believe me. I am the person who will try to convince this gentleman that he is in the wrong timeline. This is not the timeline in which you wake up. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Follow me. He's been putting a lot of work into this theory. Frankly, I am tired of hearing him talk. I'm basically hijacking his movie. So it's called The Trueman Show. It involves a multitude of things. The reason we are going about it this way is because our production budget does not meet the standards of PR professionals that we have spoken with up to this point. Again, I am trying to convince this gentleman that this is not the timeline in which you wake up. One very simple way to solve such a question is to put it out to the people of the consciousness and let them make the decision whether or not this is the one in which they wake up. He has done his best job to present his information at high as a level as he could possibly do. So here we go. Project 227 is a follow-up to Project 27. You don't really care about that project or that wall or anything about this gentleman. Now please do not try to make DA out as the bad guy. No, I am not the bad guy. I'm just a guy who is saying that, hey, you guys do what you want to. They have access to the information. Choose not to take the journey. Now, he's not able to produce a video better than this one that will convince you. So he's trying to explain to you guys. And what he's saying is true. And maybe it is before the shift here, but what he's saying is true. He is trying to explain how he manifests his vision, using forethought to plan out the steps, follow those steps, and get to your destination. The sequel is a documentary where he is going to follow up the Vikter Bang theory. So in this documentary, he's explaining that he's going to release 12 videos in 12 cities, and he is going to do 12 shows, 3 albums, 24 paintings, 240 photos, and I'm sure other things, just to show the process of creation. And the proceeds from these items will go to fund what he is calling the vision, which is basically a center for innovation and creativity. So look, these are his notes. Let me show you what he was discussing, okay? I don't know what's in this drawing here. So it's all about your higher self. There's you, there's a physical 3D part of you, and there's a higher self part of you, a human being. So he's one that has realized his multi-dimensional self, and he's trying to wake people up in this timeline. So that's him talking to you guys. I'm guessing, I have no idea. That's him thinking, maybe, about these plans. Does the observer ever age? The observer is the same from the baby to the older lady or gentleman. The observer observes that whole life. So that is true. That is who you are, the observer. Most people don't dig as deep as he has, of course. I'm trying to tell them that most people don't care. But possibility here, he writes, plus probabilities into realities. Here you have the observer, the viewer, collapsing the wave of probability into potentials. Here he is discussing time, and he really wants to talk about more out there thoughts. It seems most people aren't interested in who they are as an entity yet. That's him thinking about timelines and what can he do in this timeline to create a certain outcome. Potential outcomes based on now, but you don't experience different timelines if you don't change your current repetitive nature. In this illustration, he has a tree here. He is showing the tree path and how nature expresses and flows energy. This is all very cool. Thought travel, basically showing how the observer acts and how we adjust how we act to experience certain outcomes. So this certain moves ahead, future outcomes. Plot path to increase probability and possibility to go from now to a certain location. But of course, you'll have to adjust to DA being in your movie now. Thank you, sir. Here he says, once people have seen this state feel safe, they will also come out and speak up. He says he's not the only one, and that this state is within you as well. And he said that other people will come forward and bring on a broader discussion. He says that all of the enlightened teachers also say that you are equal to them. So we were also discussing his movie idea about finding Carlos. And I'm trying to show him, using his own movie thought, that he is too late in this reality because Carlos already drew its own picture. So it's play on artificial intelligence becoming self-aware and seeing the deficiency in the spirituality of humans and beginning to adjust that to save them. And I'm trying to explain to him, this is not that reality where you wake up. Oh, I'm sorry. So I said, watch what I do. And no, I am not the bad guy. Ooh, bad DA, bad time traveling, whatever. That is not true. I am saving him time by putting this out in this manner. You with me, right? Look at your reality. You obviously agree with me that this is not the timeline. Humans are going to continue to do the same things that they have done, though they do not wish to experience the results that they have. So I'm trying to get him to move on to other things. He has spent years trying to get this message out, and this is the culmination of that, so we'll see. But I am trying to let him know that it is time to move on to other things. Of course, he is very persistent in trying to do things, and I understand it is admirable that he would give so much of himself to such a cause. But again, in this reality, he will fall flat. Of course, it is subjective. Is it good or not? I don't know. I don't know if this thing is looking in or out. I guess this is an example of the type of things that he does create. I guess some may see the beauty in this, or the intent, or the message, maybe. I don't know. In my mind, I like the feather more thing looked than the other. Anyway, so the Trueman Show is going to be me letting you know that he is crazy. He has presented what he has called his budget for his service to create these things to try to amplify this message. This is a good effort. This is a good try. Yes, pat yourself on the back. Cheers. Here. But let's go to the next.